Welcome back to the channel. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell us what you think about our videos in the comments below. Today we have got Callaway's brand new premium product. It's an addition to the line.
Yep.
We saw the Thai Fusion, if you remember it, with the black head. It came out titanium face. Kind of a lot of hype in the market because, you know, titanium says wood, hybrid, something like that.
Right. And expensive, obviously.
Expensive too.
More expensive to make, and theoretically more weight you can move around because of lighter material. So lots of benefits to it.
Yeah, and that price point probably pushed it towards a certain clientele. So it was a weird model in the sense that it was a player's style with all that tech.
Yeah, it was a little different, but I will tell you, a lot of the guys higher up at Callaway I know all played it and loved it. I know some, local pros who are on Callaway staff all ended up going with that. So it was a very good golf club.
Yeah.
It was obviously black in color, and they've changed that now.
Yeah. So this is the new plated version. This is the exact model that we're going to show on the screen later that we're hitting on the robot right now in its new plated chrome finish. I think it looks a bit tidier, cleaner.
I think it looks a lot better. I mean, I personally, I like black, obviously. Most of my wardrobe's black, but I really don't like black golf clubs. I tried it once a million years ago, and for me, it just looks funny on the ground. Can't really see the shape of it because of, black against the dark green and stuff. The other downside of the black is obviously it wears.
Yep.
And most of these clubs are all made of metal, so when you wear off anything on the top, you see the silver come shining through. So certainly silver I like better for golf clubs. And I think it looks
more premium.
Yeah, exactly.
I do. I agree.
I like the satin finish too. Looks nice.
I agree. And that back bit here,
Yep.
little channel. So today's video, we're going to test it at 90 miles an hour, hit it out of the middle, see what it does, head to head with the brand new model, which is called the Thai Fusion 250. So everyone's almost got a 250 these days.
Yeah.
It's basically a bigger body in every single way, right? We've got a few measurements that we've taken and the Callaway even mentioned in their marketing. Offset is more.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Top line's thicker.
You can see that.
Footprint, so the surface area on the sole, larger.
Yep.
And the blade length is 5 millimeters longer from heel to toe.
Which is considerable, right? Yep. I mean, it's noticeable.
Visually, looking down at that.
Yeah. It looks a lot friendlier.
So, and our goal here is to be the most trusted source of independent advice on golf equipment to help you make better choices. Obviously, we're encouraging you to get fit, but we want this content to help you make better choices. Basically, if you look at all that information and you see the loft package is only half a degree different, we think Callaway are saying maybe blend these.
There's no question about that. And everybody's blending stuff too. I mean, we see some recent releases or some coming out very shortly after this one. But a lot of club companies are looking to mix clubs, which makes sense. I mean, I've been doing that forever in my golf clubs. I've always played blades or things in shorter and longer, more forgiving long irons and even longer long irons. And they're all starting to do that. And this is no exception to the rule. These two could definitely be blended.
Yeah.
These are a little bit bigger, a little easier to hit in the long irons. Lofts are a half a degree difference, but with the lower CG and stuff, almost the gates, you don't even have to do any bending to adjust. You can just put these in the bag. And so, yeah, it's definitely an option.
Okay, 90 mile an hour test. We're going to start with the old TI Fusion first. Let's give it a hit. Now, I've actually tried these irons.
Have you?
At 90, and like I said, a little quicker than 90 mile an hour.
Yep.
I struggled to play them because they went so far. And it wasn't they went inconsistently far.
Right.
They just went so far. I couldn't convince myself to pull out a 7-iron or an 8-iron at 180 yards or more. It was really, really long. So let's see what this did here. For 5,300 spin, we got 186 carry out of the 7-iron, 105 feet though, bearing in mind. So it's
plenty high.
Plenty high enough. And 46, 47 degrees of stopping power.
No, that's reasonable.
So what we're hoping to see with this 250 is about the same. Right?
Yeah.
We don't want to see it go any longer if you're going to try
on the center shot for sure.
Yeah.
The advantage to the bigger one obviously is the miss hits are going to be better, and why not?
Okay. After this second shot, we're going to jump into the 80 mile an hour data. These are probably more aimed at.
Right.
So stick around. We've got all the key numbers and we've got some graphing on that too. Thai Fusion 250 at 90 miles an hour. Let's hit it. Ah, interesting. So we're only talking about half a degree difference, 7-iron speed, half a degree stronger on this model.
Yeah.
We've got 400 or 500 RPMs less. Interesting. About 1 yard more carry, 1.5 yards more carry, still 104 peak height and still 46 degrees. So it is coming out a tiny bit stronger, a little lower spin, a little lower land angle, but really
not really
much.
affecting much.
So you could bend it maybe that half a degree or 1 degree, and you're
I'm not sure
definitely
if you
going to
need
get
that. I
one.
mean, you got bigger gaps than that from club to club anyway,
Right.
so may not even necessary.
Yeah, and the ball speed jump is probably going to push it through the air a bit more there as well, and those longer irons. Okay, more to come. We've got the 80-mile-an-hour test for the average data and then the grouping as well.
Right.
One thing I want to touch on, I was just picking this up literally live here. Look at that leading edge grind on the early one. This is not the 250. This is the
Original
prior
one.
one.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of bevel across the front there.
It's like a player's model. Like
yeah,
it's really
a
got
little
that.
bit.
And this one doesn't have
Whereas
as
this one's
much.
just basically all rounded.
Yeah, that's an interesting little feature. Okay, I'll take the numbers, you take the graphs this time.
Okay.
We have got 21 degree launch in the 250 and 19 degree in the regular Thai Fusion. RPMs are about the same, about 100 RPM different, exactly the same peak height, exactly the same carry, exactly the same land angle. So all we saw different really on the 80-mile-an-hour test is that the Thai Fusion launched a little lower,
Right.
but it must have been traveling at a decent speed to end up at the same distance. So like you said, they're about the same golf club.
Yeah, I don't think you need to mess with the lofts that much.
No.
Blend them. I think you just stick them in. I mean,
Just
probably good to go.
A more
I mean, technically a half degree difference. You'd bend a quarter degree stronger. I mean, that seems like splitting hairs, but
yeah, and who's got the capability of doing that? Cool clubs, we do. The body size, it's really just about more confidence-inspiring look.
absolutely, it looks way easier to hit. I mean, I could see you giving that to a mid-high handicap, no problem.
Yep.
Especially with a little more offset, helps a bunch. So it's definitely a bigger audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's see what the graphing did here.
I mean, so looking at the graphs, there's not a lot of difference, right? You would think, obviously, we're hitting, half-inch toe, half-inch heel, and up and down the face in the center. I mean, obviously, if you hit it all over the place, the bigger one's definitely going to be more forgiving.
Yeah.
But as far as, the distance is almost identical.
Yep.
Right? So like I said, we can mix and match these, no problem. The spread's all pretty good front to back, not real wide. So, I mean, it's pretty tight grouping for a higher handicap club and the bigger one for sure.
Yeah.
It looks pretty similar, actually.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of difference.
I think if you've gone from a premium package and you've had the Thai Fusion, you may have been struggling with a little forgiveness, you could do one or two things. Flip the whole set to a TI 250, no stress.
Right.
Or start with the club that started causing you problems and switch them over from there.
100%. The only problem is if you got the old one's black and you got the silver one. So if you don't mind the mixed bag.
At least you won't pick the wrong club out of the bag. When you know
That's true. I'm not going to mix up the 6 and the 9 iron anyway.
Right, exactly. Well, this definitely leads to a fitting story, knowing when to blend the set. Also being confident to pick up a club and know that it's got the right offset for you to square the face appropriately, the right top line to deliver that visual that you like looking down at, and definitely the right sole. That footprint area is huge for how the club interacts with the ground. It's really important to match that up with your angle of attack.
And the original one, like I said, I really like the silver a lot better than the black. I just because it looks better. I'm going to wear better as well. And there was a lot of good players I know that are using that club.
Yeah.
As opposed to the 200 and the 300, which they've got another one of those coming too. So we'll talk about that later.
Okay, well, he's alluded to that.
Yep.
Stay tuned, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We've got more content coming your way. Thanks for watching.